Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Hunter here. So I decided I wanted to go ahead and do an original story that I wrote for a voiceover rather than playing a random song over the cast video. So first we're starting off with Blair Arnold. She was a fantastic high school student who always got high marks. She ended up getting into a great college that was pretty far away from her hometown. Her parents, while very proud, were also very worried because she was going to be so far away. But she was very excited, of course, like every teenager is when they're ready to go ahead and go off to college. So she was ready to figure out what the world had in store for her. So soon enough, college move-in day came and she felt like she was more than ready. Her mother and father helped her get moved in and settled, then they were off. She was officially on her own. Over the next few months, she did meet quite a few people that she considered to be lifelong friends. She was enjoying her classes and just enjoying her current life altogether. Skipping a few years, Blair is now a third-year college student and it's about a week before spring break. Blair was out one weekend with her friends, and that weekend she met Julian. Now Julian was a local drug dealer from around the area who, when she first saw him, knew that she didn't want anything at all to do with this boy. Now, that definitely wasn't his thoughts when he first saw her. He saw her and all he could think was, I have to have that woman. That's all he could think. So he decided he was going to holler. He walked up to her saying, "Yeah, my name is Julian, I'm 22 and I want to get to know you a little bit better." Blair stood there shocked, really trying to figure out who this man was and why he was attempting to talk to her. She looked him up and down, said with a straight face, "No," and turned away. And that was it. He walked away and it was left at that. The night went on without them talking again. The next time they met, it was by pure chance. After spring break, Blair got up in the morning and went to a local coffee shop, which was already very weird because she didn't even drink coffee all that much. But that morning, it was the first day back to school and everything, so of course she felt like she needed a little pick-me-up. She decided to go ahead and head over to the coffee shop. While walking to the coffee shop, Julian was across the street. She didn't notice him, but he definitely noticed her. He decided to come at her correct this time. He went up to her and said, "I just want to apologize for how I came at you the first time I met you. I would like another chance to approach you the right way, and if that's okay with you, will we be able to do that now?" Well, Blair decided to go ahead and let him try again. Julian, being the extra person that he is, backed up a bit and walked up to her. He held out his hand and said, "Hello, my name is Julian, I'm 22 years old, and I think you're very beautiful. If you would allow me to, I would like to take you out and get to know you, so eventually I can give you a genuine compliment saying something more than you're just beautiful." Blair smiled and said to him, "I'm Blair, I'm 20, I'm a psychology major, and because you came at me correct this time, you can go ahead and have my number." So since getting each other's numbers, they've been texting back and forth quite a bit. They've even started hanging out a lot as well. They went to the movies, to dinner, and even just hanging out at the park and other places like that. They were hanging out so much that his boys started calling him Whip, and her girls always wanted to know who this guy was that was taking up all her attention. They didn't pay no mind to their friends though. So about a year later, Blair is one semester away from graduating and Julian is still in her life. They still haven't done anything yet, and I mean that in a sexual manner, not because she was waiting until marriage, but because she didn't want to be distracted from her studies. Julian definitely respected that and understood that. So graduation came around, and of course her parents had to come and see their baby girl graduate, and this is when they officially got to meet the man that their beloved daughter kept going on and on about. Needless to say, they were not impressed. They took her aside and told her that they didn't want her to see him anymore and to say her goodbyes now, because they were taking her back home with them. Her original plan was to stay there and find a job and potentially work at a high school as a psychology teacher. But her parents were so adamant about her coming home. And apparently she didn't have a choice. So, there you go. So later that day, she talked her parents into letting her stay one more night. She got a hotel room and invited Julian back. They had an amazing night, and when she thought about what her parents were trying to make her do, she broke down and cried. He comforted her and told her that she didn't have to go. But she did. She didn't have much of a choice. The next morning, she got her car packed up, said goodbye to her girls, and when she was about to say goodbye to Julian, he grabbed her and told her that he loved her. She said, "I love you too, Julian, but I have to go." She broke the embrace, got in her car, and left. So since she's left, they've never stopped thinking about each other. They talk and text every day, every day that they were separated. And they would even Skype each other at night so that they could be able to see each other. About a year of this, and Julian had enough. So in that year, he had decided that he was going to go straight, get a legit job, and save up every single check until he had enough to afford a place where she was. He got his job to transfer him to the branch down in her city, packed his bags, and left. He got into his new place without much hassle. Now he just needed his woman. He called her and asked her to send him the address. She thought he was going to send her something, so of course she gave it to him. About an hour later, he shows up at her doorstep, flowers in hand, ring in box, and kneeling. She answers the door. He smiles and says, "Blair Arnold, I love you. I will always love you, and I will never let you go. And I need to ask you, will you marry me?" She was shocked and happy, and she was just in awe. And of course she said yes. And now the rest is history. So, the story's over, y'all. So, sorry if it went a little long. I know the video is going to be a little long as well. But just like a little bit more into their future. She did end up becoming a high school teacher, and Julian was actually the manager of a local big branch. And probably about, I want to say about 16 years in the future, they now have a teenage daughter, a 10-year-old boy, and a small little toddler. And the family, they have a huge house. The baby girl basically gets everything that she wants. Since she's a daddy's girl, he gets it for her. And that's it. Let's see. And their daughter is a slightly above average student who is always trying to figure out what she can do in life. She does want to be an actress though, so we'll see how that goes. And she's definitely a girly girl and is spoiled rotten. The second child is really quiet. He likes to keep to himself, either playing his games, reading, or just listening to music. He just kind of goes his own way, and even though he hates going to school because he always gets picked on, but he does love it because he does enjoy learning. Then they have their little baby boy who is only a few months old, but he always just has a ton of energy. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that story, the random sim making, and yeah, let me know if you would like more like this, or I have a ton of random stories that I write that I can honestly make some sims for. Let's see here. But if you like it, let me know. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Bye, y'all.
Drop. 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 drop.